Hi, I'm Miss Jackson from Character Development. And as you all know, we've been reading a lot of books in our reading university. Well, we're going to dive right into a book right now and use our imaginations to jump into the pages of a really great book. Whoa! Here we've landed in a world created by Eleanor Porter. While her story is fictional, it's one that could have happened. It takes place in a town that you might have seen back in the early 1900s. The main character in our story is a young girl who absolutely, completely, and utterly had positive thoughts. She's so good at what she does that soon she had her whole town thinking positive just the way that she did. And she plays a game called the Glad Game. And by the end of her story, her little town is known as the Glad Town. Come on in. Can any of you guess who it's going to be? I think I hear her coming now. Pollyanna, it is so nice to meet you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's sure nice to meet someone as beautiful and kind as you.
You are so positive. I mean, you barely met me and you've already complimented me.
Oh my, I do that all the time without even thinking. My father taught me that. He says if you look for the good in others, that you'll surely find it. And it's true. It's easy as pie for me to find good about people all around me.
Really? Because there's a lot of grouchy and mean people out there. Isn't it hard to be positive about them?
I reckon that is true, but I've had a lot of practice. For example, I helped grumpy old Mrs. Snow when all she could think about was getting sick and dying. When I helped her think about serving others, she cheered right up. And now she's always helping people around her. She's one of my good friends. Most people, if you take the time to get to know them, can be your friend too. Just think good things about them.
How do you find something to be glad about?
There's always something to be glad about. You just have to look for it.
Can you tell me about your Glad Game? How did it start?
The way I started is when I lived in the West Indies with my parents. We were so poor and I didn't have any toys. Then some rich people sent us a barrel of donations and I was supposed to get a doll. However, all that came was a pair of crutches. But my father said, well, we can be glad you don't need them, and that made me happy.
That sounds hard to me.
Well, I've had lots of practice being glad, or being positive, like you said. And we can play the Glad Game right now so you can learn.
Wow, that's so great. Okay, I want to try.
Imagine you had the flu and missed 3 days of school. Now you have lots of makeup work.
Ugh, that's the worst. But I'm glad I'm not sick anymore. And my teacher said she'll help me catch up, so that's nice. And I'll be back on track in no time. This homework really will help me be smarter. Wow, it really did work. I feel glad.
See, you've got it. That's what the Glad Game is. It helps you see the good in all things and be positive. That's what my town learned.
Pollyanna, thank you so much for coming. It was so nice to meet you. And I'm going to remember to always stay positive.